Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we are going to explore the fascinating story behind a very common word, alright. We use it in everyday conversation to show agreement, acceptance, reassurance, or that something is okay. But have you ever wondered where this simple expression came from and how its meaning developed over time?
Wait, are we doing the interview thing again?
In
You've got
this
the intro down.
In this 10-minute section, let's discover the history of our right, how it became part of everyday English, and why such a simple word can communicate so many different feelings and meanings. So, hey Miles, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Ready to dive into the lore of all right. You've got the host energy going. I'm locked in.
Okay, so first question is, what does the word all right usually mean in everyday conversation?
It's basically the Swiss Army knife of words. No, most of the time it's just a green light, meaning agreement or that something is acceptable. But it can also be a way to check in on someone like, you all right? Or even a way to wrap things up. It's all about the tone, you know what I'm saying?
How can all right express agreement, reassurance, or acceptance?
Think of it as a verbal nod. When you say it to express agreement, you're basically saying, I'm on the same page. For reassurance, it's like a safety net, telling someone everything is under control. And for acceptance, it's that middle ground where something might not be perfect, but it's good enough to move forward. It's all about that low friction way of keeping the conversation flowing.
Okay, so third question is, why do you think people prefer short expression like alright in casual conversation?
Efficiency, man. We're all just trying to get to the point. A short phrase like all right does a ton of heavy lifting without needing a whole sentence. It keeps the vibe casual and the pace fast, which is way more natural than being all formal and precise. Plus, it's low stakes. It doesn't commit you to a huge emotional reaction. Just a, yeah, I'm with you.
So fourth question is, how can the speaker tone change the meaning of alright?
Tone is everything with this one. If you say it with a rise at the end, it's a question like you're checking if someone's actually okay. But if you drop the tone and stretch it out like all the other person is saying, then you've got the short clipped all right, which usually means fine, let's just get this over with. It's wild how one phrase can go from supportive to passive aggressive just by shifting the pitch.
Okay, so fifth question is, what is the difference between saying alright, okay, and fine?
They're similar, but the vibe is totally different. All right is usually the most chill. It's like a relaxed agreement. Okay, it's the standard, the default. It's functional and clear. But fine, that's the danger zone. Depending on the tone, fine can either mean everything is actually good or it can be the most passive aggressive word in the English language. Still, we need to talk of single word answers.
Why do some people write alright while others write alright?
It's basically a battle between the traditionalists and the people who just want to type faster. Writing it as two words, all right, is the classic formal way to do it. But all right has become the go to in casual texting and pop culture because it's just more streamlined. Most people don't even blink at it now, but if you're writing a formal paper for school, your teacher might still call you out on it. It's like the difference between wearing a suit and a clean t shirt. Both work, just depends on where you are.
How has the use of alright changed as language has evolved?
Let me look into that. Um, it's funny how these little phrases started something literal. All right, actually goes way back to Middle English. We're talking before 1413, and it even showed up in Chaucer's writing. The one word version, all right, didn't really hit the scene until the 1880s, though Mark Twain was already playing around with it in his stories way before that. It's kind of a slow burn from a formal description of something being correct to the casual filler we use today. Pretty wild that a phrase can hang around for over 600 years and still feel modern, right?
Yeah.
So,
Can alright sometimes communicate emotions without directly explaining them?
100%. It's like a linguistic mask. You could say all right while you're actually feeling totally overwhelmed or heartbroken. And the word itself just acts as a shield to keep people from digging deeper. It's that classic way of saying, I'm not okay, but I don't want to talk about it right now. It carries all this emotional weight without actually having to say a single emotional word.
Okay.
You good? That was a very short okay. Still with
Yeah.
me on this interview? You're giving me the fine energy now. Uh, I can't tell if you're just thinking or if we've hit a wall. You still got more questions for the show, or are we wrapping this up?
How is all right used differently in formal and informal situations?
It's all about the setting. In a formal spot like a job interview or a meeting with a boss, all right is strictly a confirmation. It means I understand or that is correct. It's polite, professional, and doesn't leave much room for interpretation. But in a casual setting, it's a wild card. It can be a greeting, a way to end a conversation, or a subtle hint that you're actually annoyed. In the streets, it's way more flexible. It carries a lot more subtext than it ever would in a boardroom.
Okay. How is
You're really leaning to the okay thing now. I'm starting to feel like I'm the one interviewing you. Um, you still got more for the script, or did we hit the 10-minute mark?
all right used? Oh, sorry. Why do simple everyday words often have interesting histories? Give me a long question. Answer.
Mm, I got you. I think it's because we use these words so much that they just blend into the background like wallpaper. We stop seeing them for what they are. But when you actually peel back the layers, you find these messy human stories about how we've tried to communicate for centuries. It's like finding out your favorite old T-shirt actually has a crazy backstory from a trip across the world. And what's the long question you're thinking of?
How do movies, television, music, and social media influence the way words like all right are used?
There's they're basically amplifiers. Pop culture takes a word and gives it a specific vibe that spreads way faster than a dictionary ever could. Like if a hit song or a trending show uses all right in a certain sarcastic way, suddenly millions of people are using it that same way without even thinking about it. Social media is the real game changer though. It turns these phrases into shorthand. We see a meme or a tweet and the word becomes a signal, a way to show you're part of the same inside joke. It transforms a simple word into a social badge. It's kind of wild how a 30-second clip on TikTok can change the emotional weight of a word for an entire generation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Do you think
Man, those are
Do you think all right will remain popular in English in the future? Why? Explain me in clear.
oh, for sure. It's way too useful to disappear. English loves words that can do 10 different things at once, and all right is the king of that. Whether we're texting in a few decades or talking through some futuristic gadget, people are always going to need a low pressure way to say, yeah, I'm okay. Or I guess so without having to be too specific. It's just too efficient to kill off. Plus, it's a safety valve for the awkward moments in life. Sometimes all right is the only thing you can say when you don't actually know what else to say.
Okay.
Seriously, you're just killing me with these one word answers now. Starting to think this is part of the project, testing my patience with the okay loop. Do you have any final thoughts for the outro, or did we officially hit the end of the interview?
Okay. Why do you think people prefer short expression like all right in casual conversation?
Wait, we're circling back. We already touched on this, but I'll give it to you straight. It's all about the path of least resistance. In a casual chat, you don't want to sound like a textbook. A short phrase like all right lets you keep the momentum going without overthinking it. It's just faster, leaner, and keeps the vibe relaxed. You trying to double check my answer for the project, or did we just glitch in the matrix?
Okay. As we come to the end, we can see the alright is much more than just a simple word. It can show agreement, reassurance, acceptance, or even uncertainty. depending on how and when it is used. Its story remind us that language is constantly changing. Words that seem ordinary today can have fascinating stories and can develop new meanings over time. So the next time you say all right, remember that even a small everyday expression can tell us something interesting about the evolving of a language. Thank you.
And that's a wrap. You killed that outro.